Hello, welcome to PinVoice. A Taiwanese government official said he would cut his own head off if a certain condition is not met. I like to focus on his comment, cut his own head off for something. What kind of person would make a comment like that? Especially such a comment came from a government official. And this government official is a high-level government official who is the chairperson of Central Election Commission, Li Jingyong. It's really hard to believe that a government official would make a comment like that. And such a comment just implied several things. First, from a psychological point of view, this person is very emotional and irrational. But as the chairperson for Central Election Commission, he had to be neutral and rational, because this person is doing something very important for the people, for the government. Kaohsiung will have a recall on June 6. But the Central Election Commission is not able to find enough voting venues for this event. So the chairperson is worried. We could understand that he would like to do his job well and he like to hold the recall successfully. But that's not an excuse to have him say such a comment, cut his head off for something. Another thing is that his comment just showed that Li Jingyong is very arrogant. Because you know, I know, and everybody knows that this person will not cut his head off. Then why did he say that? He just wants to show that he has the power. Everyone needs to follow what he just said. That's not true, because for the Central Election Commission, for election matters, let me put it this way, there are regulations and there are rules to follow. It's not like what the person said, what the chairperson said that everyone else should listen. I think that's very important, especially we have to consider what the local government would face difficulties, what kind of difficulties they would face. And as the chairperson for Central Election Commission, one of their jobs is to help local government to solve the situations they are confronting. It's not like they order something, then you have to do it. And whatever I say, you have to listen. You have to obey. I don't think that's the attitude for a government official. We have to know, as a government official, you are a public servant. You are serving the community, you are serving the country, the whole society. You should be humble and try your best to serve the country. If you have already tried everything and you cannot find 1,823 voting venues, then you did your best. We thank you very much, appreciate what you have done for this country. But you should not show your arrogant attitude toward this matter. I don't want to mention about the political tricks, something like that, because we know that Han Kuo-yu, some people in Kaohsiung would like to recall, he is a member from Kuomintang. which is totally different from the chairperson Li Jingyong. Li Jingyong belongs to DPP. From political point of view, of course, they want to recall the Kuomintang's mayor in Kaohsiung. So, if you cannot show your neutral attitude toward the recall, whatever you say, whatever you do, will be interpreted politically, and I don't think that's what he wanted to see. Speaking of Taiwanese stranded in Hubei, the Central Epidemic Command Center just announced that they can get home without entrance restrictions, but they still need to have a quarantine for 14 days. That's a good news for them because they're stuck in Hubei for so long. February 3rd, if I remember correctly, was the first charter flight from Taipei to Wuhan, and the second was almost 30 days later. And then they have like a quasi charter flight from Shanghai to Taipei. So totally, they have 4 planes to help repatriate all those Taiwanese in Hubei. But they still have, I think, more than 200 people over there. They're stuck over there. And the Taiwanese government just marked everyone's name. So they have a list. Before this announcement, those people were not able to get home, even though they tried to do some other route to get back to Taiwan. But they couldn't because they are on the list. So they must take the charter flight. But now the restrictions was lifted so they can get home on their own. So that's a good news, even though it's late for more than 3 months.
谢谢收听，别忘了订阅关注哦，我们下回见。